Hey everybody, and welcome to the Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network. We're live from the state-of-the-art studios in Round Rock, Texas tonight, and it's my YouTube live podcast. And ordinarily, I don't necessarily have that many live listeners. What I like to do is just record it live, broadcast it on my YouTube channel. You'll notice that it's audio only. That's the format we use here. Tonight, I would usually have a guest. That particular guest has had a complication come up and will not be with us. So earlier today, I posted that I would be going over why business need to have videos on YouTube, and I'm going to give a helicopter view of YouTube tonight. We're going to discuss why businesses still haven't discovered YouTube in their local market. And we're going to look at some of the tools on YouTube. So if you happen to be listening in tonight, you might want to grab a pen and some paper, write down some of these points, and remember that this broadcast will be on archive on YouTube, and I will be adding it to a custom player so that I can post that and embed that back out on the website. So welcome to the Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network tonight. I do have, for the year, my exclusive sponsor, and they are, and let's give them a round of applause, CPR Cell Phone Repair, Round Rock, Texas, located at La Frontera, and they are real close to Jimmy John's and Hooters on that side of the shopping center right there. So if you live in Round Rock, Williamson County area, and you have a cracked screen, or you've dropped that phone and it's not, the screen's maybe blank, or maybe you have an iPad or an iPhone or some sort of device, I recommend this. Drop by and see them, let them look at it, and they are quick on the draw. They generally can have some of the basic things fixed very fast, depending on the phone, but they are excellent. They're located on Facebook. Look up CPR Cell Phone Repair on Facebook. They have Google My Business page. They have YouTube channel, so they're really hip on the social side, and you can probably find them Yelp and all those locations, but go take a peek at CPR Cell Phone Repair. Their website, if you're curious, is cellphonerepair.com. It takes you to the main site because they're a franchise. Just type in the zip code where you're close to, and voila. Go check out Jeff Babcock and his team, and that's CPR Cell Phone Repair. All right, guys. So, ordinarily, you would think if I'm describing something on YouTube, I would probably have videos going. But in this case, I'm actually have put together a presentation that I do at a lot of different, not only network groups, organizations. I've spoken at several mortgage companies. And tonight, I thought I would go through that briefly and give you guys an overview of why you would think with all the people that are on YouTube, all the businesses, that everybody's discovered it. But in fact, there's lots of businesses yet to understand the value of having video on YouTube. So tonight we'll discuss that. So without further ado, let's ring that doorbell and let's get started. Now, that's cheesy, right? I love that. Maybe better drum roll. Yeah, whatever. Sound effects. They got a few. All right. So I've been doing this almost 12 years. I've been involved in the video realm for close to 14 years now. And when YouTube came along, obviously, after Google bought it, everybody kind of figured that it would turn into something big, and it did, because they have deep pockets, right? And they were able to keep it going, and they've added lots of tools and lots of features to it over the past couple of years. And recently, in the last few years, they've done a lot to YouTube. But when I was out working with the small businesses, what I discovered was there are really 5 essential problems that kept a small business from being on YouTube. So the problem, well, there's five that I discovered that I heard over and over again from businesses. They're not in any particular order of importance, but they all were important in the aspect that it did keep some folks from getting on YouTube. The first one is, and I'm going to add one tonight, so let's make that six, is I still am amazed when I talk to small businesses that are on YouTube that they don't understand the value of even having video online. So the first part of what we have to do is the guys that are out there teaching business how to put video up. And if you're a videographer and you're listening to this, or you're somebody that works online in the social arena, you know this. But a lot of businesses just don't get how YouTube can really help their business. So one of the aspects of what I have to do in my business with folks is do some education and show them why they need to be on YouTube. So let's add that as the sixth, right? There's six reasons, and that is the business don't understand the value and importance and the conversion rate of how well video can work in their local market. All right, so the other issue I always have is a small business owner tells me all the time, well, where do I start with this? How do I even begin? I don't understand how to use a camera. I don't even understand how to build out my channel. And so there's some issues of where to start. So problem number two, where to begin. And we'll dive into that a little bit later on once I start going through the tools. But I will tell you that it's easier than ever. If you have an iPhone or a smartphone with a nice camera on it, you can pretty much shoot your videos for maybe some of your demos or some of your short clips, and they're acceptable. They need to be good. You don't want the camera shaking around and stuff. But I will tell you that having that nice camera on the back of the phone is cool. And I will tell you, the iPhone 6 got a nice camera on it and takes great video. So if you're a small business owner and you're not sure where to start, remember that that phone that you have in your hand can be a powerful tool because it has a built-in camera. But you want your videos to be good, okay? So that's the second problem. The third problem is, and this is always true, right, is that business generally doesn't have enough time. When you start thinking about the time element of sitting down and putting together a video, they probably don't understand how to do basic editing. It takes time to edit it, get it optimized, and upload it to YouTube. And then you have to share it out to your social footprint. So business owner would rather be working right on their business, developing business, gaining customers, having the cash registers ring, than spending time in the tasking part of shooting a video, editing that video, uploading that video, and also putting it up on YouTube. So the time is an issue. The third thing, and this is not in order, is I always heard a lot about budget. And that is a great concern for small business because small business is limited probably in how they're maximizing their dollars, whether they're using some for traditional in their local market, or maybe they've invested in some other online marketing tactics that they're using. And so budget does come into this, but I will tell you again that over the course of the years, camera prices have gone down. You know, these phones got nice cameras on them. Editing software has gotten cheaper than ever. So the budget thing, depending on the kind of video you shoot, could be restrictive. If you're somebody that wants a real high-end video shot by a professional company and studio, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit of money for that type of video. But on YouTube, it's very acceptable just to put up good videos with the tip or the message, because a lot of, oh, by the way, and we'll get into the search aspect of why you want to be on YouTube, but putting a video up that maybe shows off your business or does a little intro video, that can be a real plus for you. And on YouTube, it's pretty acceptable that to put one up and not even put a lot of editing into it if you were able to shoot it smoothly. But again, not enough time or not enough budget. The next thing is that I have found that small business owners definitely do not want to be on the camera. Uh, Nobody does. It's even hard for myself because when you do really well when you're talking about your business, but when somebody sticks a camera in your face, it changes the whole perspective, right? So I bumped into the excuse of, well, I'm not about to get in front of the camera, but all right. So let's say you muff through one intro video, but you could shoot other videos about your business. You can have questions answered. You could stand behind the camera and shoot a demo of something, and show it. So, camera fear is another issue or another problem. And then the computer skills is the sixth problem. The computer skills um, really is probably after you shoot a video, what do you do with it? Well, it probably needs to get some editing done on it to fix it up a little bit, to maybe put an intro on it or an outro, what we call bumpers. Your transitions where you stop and start and stutter need to be, edited out. And so you want to smooth it up. So very few people that are running their businesses are going to be editing savvy, and so that's a holdback. And then uploading the video, they may not know how to optimize the video correctly, put the right titles, descriptions, the right mega tags or what we call keywords, and then how to make sure that it's getting out to their client base through their social footprint. So to review, the six problems that people generally have, our businesses have, with even starting a video campaign, is they don't know where to begin. The time element's an issue. Budget can be an issue. Computer skills are lacking in this arena. The camera fear are those things which I have discovered over my 14 years keep people from doing video and putting them up on YouTube. And of course, I mentioned a new one, uh, which was, and I'm drawing a blank here because I always do on this one, but the education process. A lot of people don't value or don't understand how important video can help their business, right? And especially from a conversion standpoint or adding it to your website, all right? So those are the problems. Now, there's four basics that are, and these could fluctuate some depending on what you do, but these are really the four things that have to happen once you shoot a video. First, you're going to capture it, right? You're actually going to capture it on your phone, or you're going to capture it on one of your cameras. Um, I like to go back into the videos and convert them to get them to the right size that's acceptable on YouTube, and make sure that keeps them from stopping and starting. And they're not such large files that they have to progressive download right when they come into your computer. As that downloads through your system and onto the player, right? If it's a large file, it's gonna start what we call a download, and then as it catches up, it'll stop and buffer. So if you can learn how to convert videos um, and get them to a right size, and YouTube has some specific sizes you can upload they recommend, and I can help small business with that. But that's part of one of my process. Then after I convert, I do the editing, and then of course you've got the most important part of it, and that's getting it uploaded to YouTube, which we call the publish and really the distribution of the video. And so those four things are included in when I capture a video. I go through the converting, the editing, and then the actual distribution or the upload to YouTube to get it maximized for the search. Okay, so for those of you that I was talking about, the number one thing was the education part. And man, the education part is the part where that business does not understand the value of video. So here are some newer YouTube stats that might help enlighten you. So it's the second largest search engine. It's Google owned. Google is the number one search engine. YouTube is the second largest search engine. And so if they are a search engine, then it behooves you to make sure you have video sitting up on that search engine, because you want those videos to have a chance to be found when somebody types in a search, right? And depending on the title, that video could show up in a search query for somebody searching on YouTube or on Google or somewhere else, as long as the title and it comes close, or the description of the video comes close to what you're trying to push up right to your local market. For instance, I have an auto repair shop I work with, and we titled a couple of the videos "Auto Repair Round Rock, Texas." That shows up really nicely on YouTube. If you were to go type it in YouTube and type in "Auto Repair Round Rock, Texas," you'll see a lot of Jerry's garage, and has like 30 or 40 videos that we repurpose out to social sites. And so you want to be on the second largest search engine, and YouTube is that, and it's Google Home. All right, this is pretty much a mind blower. It was a mind blower when it was 100 hours, but 300 hours of video is uploaded every minute to YouTube. So that means in an hour, 18,000 hours is uploaded every 60 minutes. I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around that 300 hours of videos uploaded to YouTube every single minute. The fact that I'm broadcasting on YouTube tonight, it's being archived, is going through that server, so I guess this counts, right? 1 billion unique visitors every month. How would you like to have a site that had 1 billion unique visitors every month? And unique visitors are those people that continue to come back and back and back. And I know I talk to a lot of friends, and they're always searching. They always tell me, "Herdy, I'm out there searching for stuff on YouTube all the time." All right, so 4 billion videos watched each day, and 41% of the YouTube traffic is coming from mobile devices, and that's going to grow, and that's huge. So people are using their devices, as we well know, for lots of search and going to YouTube a lot, right? All right, so you want your videos, if possible, no, not if possible. You want them, so you want to be highly targeted and useful content. And so here's some things I put on that list as part of how YouTube can help you. Number one, Google search is local. So that would equal your brand local and your increase in leads and sales. And since Google search is local, if you live like I do in Round Rock and type in a query for maybe how to, or HVAC company or a plumber in Round Rock, then it's going to query up the best results based on how you typed in that query right within the local market that you're in. That's how Google searches, and then it fills in the places where it doesn't have enough information maybe in the local market, but it's always searching local for you, and it knows where you're at. So you're going to get pretty much referenced to the businesses and the things you typed in that query in that local market. So videos must be optimized for local. So optimizing a video means it's found. It's that simple. If your videos don't have the proper titles, descriptions, and don't follow the Google playbook, then those videos are going to have a hard time being found. Example, very few people shop or type in, when they're searching something, the name of the company unless they know it. But most people are typing in a service, or they're typing in a query for something that they're looking for, a how-to, a what, or tips for doing something. And so they may not know the name of your company. And so if you optimize the titles on those videos so that they match up with what you've said in the video, but they have a how-to, or why should I buy homeowners insurance, or where's the nearest auto repair shop, those kind of titles are the kind of things that people search. And what I always tell people is go out and do an investigation. If you're in, what I do when I work with a small business, I sit down with them and I say, let's type in what people would probably search for when they're looking for you, right? So that's a good trick to do with, if you're a videographer and you're working with people on YouTube. One of the things I like to do during my 1 hour consulting at the front end is say, hey, let's try to find your business. Let's type in how people might search for your services or your products, and let's see where you come up at. And this is always very enlightening to the business customers that I work with. All right. So content is the new SEO. Now, not taken away from search engine optimization here, but I am saying that Google sees YouTube videos that are watched as a good ranking tool. Matter of fact, it's the most important ranking tool. People think it's views. It's not views. It's always been, well, not always, but they changed the algorithm a couple years ago where content that's engaged, is active, is being watched, especially watch time, equals leads and brand, right? Because if your video is being watched fully and it's being shared and it's being engaged and it's being active on the internet, then it's got a good chance of ranking. I know a lot of people promise first page Google. I do not, because Google does not promise first page ranking. And besides, if everybody got ranked on the first page, then there wouldn't be room for everybody to be on the first page. You see what I'm saying? So, but videos do rank and videos do help you be found in your local market, which is really what you're trying to do. But if you're good at what you do, you don't ever promise Google first page, because in fact, Google doesn't. All right. Videos engage, which means visibility. Engaged videos bring visibility to your business. If you're in a local market and you're well branded using videos, putting them on your blogs, your website, your newsletters, you're going to gain visibility, especially if you share it to Facebook, to your friends that are built into your business page, your Google My Business page, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, maybe a blog, for sure your website. You want to make sure that those videos are out there being engaged, and you need to put them into places where folks have a chance to see them, which creates visibility. All right. Videos build know, like, and trust, which equals action. All right. So, I always tell folks, get on that camera and be yourself. The business owner needs to be front and present, talking to the potential clients and the people he wants to reach in his target market. And the reason is when people see the people they're dealing with, it builds a lot of know, like, and trust. Now, I'm all for the handwritten ones. They look cool, but everybody's jumped on that bandwagon, and I'm seeing so many videos that are just writing stuff out that what's happened is they're cool, they're neat, but a lot of people would like to see the actual business owner and then mix some of those other types of handwritten videos in if you're so inclined, or mix them inside the video. But make sure that you yourself are on camera building that know, like, and trust with your customer. And in fact, that builds action along with the trust, the like, and the know. Okay, real important. Video related to your industry. Listen, I know a lot of people that, well, I'll just take insurance for an example. How many of you know an insurance agent? Lots. How many of you know insurance agents that sell homeowners? Lots. Car insurance? Lots. Right? So maybe some of these insurance agents that work for some of the large insurance companies are under some sort of legal restraint on what they can not say and say on video. So you know what? Why don't you curate tips? Why don't you talk about why it's important to review your homeowner's insurance? Why don't you talk about on a video tips for reviewing your homeowner's insurance? Tips for finding the best car insurance. In other words, give people information that builds that know, like, trust, right? And gives you the ability to ideally talk to your target market without pushing your product. One of the things you can do, which is really cool, is you can answer the top 5 questions that are generally asked of you on a consistent basis and put those in video format, and then include them in your blogs and newsletters and say, oh, by the way, here's a question I get every single day, and then answer that on video and get that out to your customer base. So you can do that, and people all the time say, oh, I don't know what to say. You know what? Investigate. Go online and start typing in search queries for your type of business and see what people are putting out there, and look at their information and maybe pull some of that from them and come up with your own tips and your own how-tos and things of that nature. So you're not limited within your industry, right? But make sure that the information you give out is within your industry. And if it's even some curated videos, maybe from your corporate office that you put on a playlist on your YouTube channel, because your company says, hey, we don't let you make your own videos, You have to use ours. Great. Well, did you know that you can create a playlist within your channel from your corporate office using their videos on YouTube? So you have all sorts of ways to use video, even if it's already developed by a corporation, and you can go create a playlist and push it out to your social footprint. All right, so you definitely want to be active creating videos, and why? The rule of the game is once you get started, get going, get going, get going, and keep going, because you're building that engagement, you're building your brand, you're building activity, and you want to make sure that those things continue, right? You don't want to just drop off and go away and hide for a while. You really want to keep the engagement process going. That doesn't mean you have to do something every day. You might do one every 2 weeks, one every month, but look at it this way. If you did one video every month, and then you'd have 12 videos. Pretty substantial. If you did one more the next year every month, you'd have 24. And then you can repurpose that content back out to your social footprint, right? Change title on it, whatever. But you can repurpose videos and resend them out, because there might be an event you're coming up with you want to put that out to, so do that, all right? All right, I'm going to stop here for 1 sec. Thanks CPR Cell Phone Repair, our main sponsor for our channel. I want to thank you very much. Ordinarily, I would have a small Austin business on tonight, but the bottom line is we went through some very, very traumatic family things here the last month. I've been off the air for a month due to my better half's brother died, and mom had some surgery, so I just kind of took off some while. So we're back tonight, and I'll have some businesses lined up next week. But I want to thank CPR Cell Phone Repair in Round Rock. You can find them at cellphonerepair.com. Go check them out. They're great. They can just about fix any device you put in their hand. All right, so let's get back to some YouTube stuff here. You can repurpose old videos and optimize, meaning you can keep sharing those out. I try to keep videos from my clients very generic so that they are timeless, in the sense that the information on is good today, it's good a year from now, it's good 6 months from now, it's good 2 years from now, and they can be repurposed, all right? Now, a lot of people that I work with are coaches, and a lot of my coaching clients do seminars, right? They stand up and they speak. Somebody's got a camera in the back, and it's a nice 30, 40, 50-minute video, and it's a lot like this show. It's a little bit longer play. So what I tell those clients to do is take that video, upload it to, get it edited, get it uploaded to YouTube, and edit it up into part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and try to keep those segments maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Put them on a playlist so one plays after the other. And so you can create playlists on longer play. You can take pieces of a longer piece of format and divide it up, and then go up and start title a playlist, and then add those one at a time in part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I usually sit down with clients and show them how to do that, but it's pretty amazing, because you can even introduce the next part coming up by putting a title on the video that says part 2 coming here in less than 1 minute. It will be about, you could put that in the title in the last, say, minute of the video that's finishing before it starts the next one on the playlist. So playlists are awesome if you have longer content and you want to divide it up into pieces. All right. So what can I do with the video on YouTube? I actually saw a post there that I thought was cool. 61 things you can do with the video on YouTube. I didn't read it all, but I am going to tell you some of the mainstay things that you can obviously do once you put a video up on YouTube. Well, first of all, the most important thing is, if you've got any kind of social footprint at all, you can share it directly from YouTube back to Facebook, Blogger, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn. They give you a short URL you can copy if you want to put in your newsletters. You can embed it in your blog. So in other words, you can share all your video out to all your social platforms. Now, there's a little caveat here. Twitter just introduced its own video platform, and so I'm not sure, and even though they just finished handshaking with Google again, and they're sharing the search part of that, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to put that YouTube video up on Twitter for much longer. I'm not really sure. That's being discussed, and I'll alert you guys as I know more information about that. Facebook, you need to be Facebook business has gotten really organic. It's still a great place to share a video, because at least it's talking to the people that like your business page and they can see it, right? And that's a good way to keep it out in front of them. But I will tell you that unless you're paying on Facebook now on the business page, The organic search is really not that good. But a video is visual, and so it's going to help a little bit more than just typing up a typing a post out. Images are good too. You can use pictures there, but it's not going to get near the news feed ranking that it did if you boosted your post, right? All right. Email direct to a client. You can email a video straight out to a client from your YouTube channel. Now, I have several clients that use that this way. They have an intro video that they've designed that they can go to YouTube and email it direct to a new client that's asked about their service. And I also have a couple clients that have created a thank you video, which they put unlisted, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And they send that out after a client signed out and thank them and say, hey, in the next couple of days, we'll be getting together. If you have any questions in the meantime, here's my email address on the bottom of the video. Please feel free to contact me. So you can email straight from YouTube to your client, and it shows the thumbnail at the bottom of their email when they open it up. It looks like an attachment, and they also get a link, which is really cool. I use that tool a lot, and it's very, very effective to send out a video directly as an intro, and also a thank you is great. Really surprises people when they get a thank you video, by the way. All right, so you definitely want to embed video on your website. I think I saw a stat last year, and I'm going to try to remember exactly how it's worded, but I think you have a 53 times better chance of being seen being found if you have a video on your website as opposed to those that have none. The cool thing about video on a website is you could put an intro on your homepage, and then you could put some videos throughout your different landing pages within your website to pertain to maybe that page. Now it's up to you if you want to play those automatically or if you want people to click them. My preference is I want people to be able to click on them. I don't like it when I go and an automatic video opens up my face, but that's just me. But make sure that it's present on the page about the content that you're trying to push. So if you have a Q&A page, that'd be a great place to put one of your top question videos, right? Your intro can go on home page. Maybe you have a product that needs to be demoed, so you could put the demo video on the page that has about that product. You see where I'm going? So you can embed those videos throughout your website. And by embed, because I sometimes have to remember somebody doesn't know what that means. Embed means that you're physically copying some code from YouTube that they issue, and you're copying that and either going to give it to your webmaster if you have a webmaster that runs your site, and you're going to add that HTML code into a widget box that comes within the design of your website. It's going to post it and embed it, and you're going to see a actual video player on your website. You've probably seen a few of those, right? All right. So link to blog and embed in blog, same thing. Links in your blog to your videos are awesome, but having one embed in your blog is even cooler. If you're writing about a particular subject on your blog and you've done a video about that, you can incorporate it into the blog. You can also just link it in the blog if you want. Do the same thing in a newsletter. You can embed in a newsletter. You can create a playlist, which we talked about earlier. Gosh, those playlists are so cool. Okay, so why are playlists really cool? So let's say you have a channel, but you have several different things in products or services you offer that one doesn't necessarily relate to the other. And so it might confuse people when they come to your YouTube channel. So your brand on your YouTube channel is you have your nice banner, right? And we set that up and get that all built, and it looks really good. But you might have videos, one over here about fertilizer, another one over here about wheelbarrows, another one over here about the tractor you sell out front. So the cool thing with playlist is you can take those videos about those different products and put them into a playlist, so when people come to your channel, they can see the videos just about the tractor, or they can see the videos about the different kinds of fertilizers best for the yard, or maybe they go over here and they look at the nice back patio screens, and you've got several videos on the best one. You get my point. You can create playlists within the channel that doesn't interfere or make it look like the channel's disorganized where you're making people search. And you can title those playlists so that people get on it. They'll get all the information they need about what you're selling in that store. And by the way, a lot of people will look up your, will actually look up your product while they're in the store, and that's really weird. And they might be shopping you a little bit too, but a lot of times they're looking up the product in the store to see what you have. And this is what mobile devices have done. So having a video would be really cool, right? If you could direct them to a video. All right. So um, you can link your website. Well, you have custom thumbnails you can put on the fronts of your videos. You can have inline video branding, which means you could have your little logo in the top right, top left. You can even link your website inside a video, but you have to associate a website with your channel, and that is a step that I consult on a lot with clients if they're not sure how to do it. But there is a way to associate your website and verify it within uh, the YouTube channel so that you can link the website inside the video. And then you have the tool on there. It's called the Video Manager, and the Video Manager allows you to go back in, change titles, add custom thumbnails, and then the most thing that's left out in a lot of videos, which I really love, is the annotations. Annotations allow you to put speech up bubbles, titles, notes. You can even have them show up at different times within the video. If you're making a point, you might have the point come up next to you. So the bottom line is there's a lot of tools and a lot of ways that you can, once you get a video on YouTube, you can enhance it to get it out through your sharing and also internally on the YouTube channel. I will tell you that there is some discussion. Annotations hasn't shown up on, if you put annotations up and somebody sees them in the mobile, it doesn't necessarily show up. I don't know what Google's plans are to make those show up. I've read something in a blog that maybe we'll see that soon. But they're going through lots of changes on their Google Plus right now, so that remains to be seen what's going to happen there. All right, so there's 3 ways, and I'll go through each of these best I can, but they're the YouTube views for business videos. There's 3 YouTube settings. So we're uploading a video for you, and you go, you know what? I want that one to be public. All right, so that means that everybody's brother and Bob, Carol, John, Paul can share it. They can copy it, paste it, send it to their friends, link it. It's public. That's all you need to know. The next setting is private. Private is limited. And if you were to post it outside of YouTube or somebody tried to grab the URL, it's going to give you a blank screen. But you can send it out from your YouTube channel via email, through your Google Plus, or through an email to a client. And what I do with the private setting is I upload a video to the channel, and then I tell the customer to go view it. If they like it and they're happy with it, then I make it public. In other words, private's a great way for me to be able to upload a video to their channel, show it to them first, make sure they like it, then I can make it public. But private is limited, I think, to 50 times a view, and it can't be shared, and if it is, it's a blank screen. So Google came up with this next thing called unlisted, and that's not seen on the channel. It's not even in search. And this is a great place for educators if they would like to have videos that they can send a link to somebody and them watch it. Like if they're a coach and they want to send out a video to their team of 15 or 20, they can send the link just to those guys, and those guys can watch the video, and it's unlisted. There is a drawback to unlisted, however. Once you share that link out to those friends, if one of those friends decided to share it with somebody, they would be able to view it. It's not private, it's unlisted. So the link is live. All right, so just remember that unlisted doesn't protect that video from being seen outside a group that you send it to. So those are the 3 settings: public, private, unlisted. All right, so let's talk about some of the things. What time is it here? Yeah, we got a few more minutes. Tools on YouTube. There's a ton of them. I think the thing that most people don't understand is all the different tools that are on YouTube, and I'm going to go through some of the mainstay ones, and I've kind of mentioned a few of them. But I've noticed when I've gone in and take over a lot of people's YouTube channels, when they've asked me to come in and consult on them, the first thing I go look at is, do they have a verified channel? Under channel settings, if you build your own YouTube channel, the first thing you want to do is verify your channel. You can do that by going in and clicking under channel settings, then click verify. You can type in your phone number, it'll send you a code, and once you enter that code, it's automatically verified, and you get a whole lots of other tools and stuff added to the list that's already there. So make sure that channel is verified. You can create playlists, as we've mentioned before. If you have a particular, like my radio show here that's on, if you went back after the show and looked at my channel, you'll see a custom thumbnail on all the radio shows that looks exactly the same. So you can add custom thumbnail pictures to brand, and that's on a playlist called the Hurdy Burke Broadcast Network. So that playlist has my brand all the way through it, whereas I may put another custom thumbnail with another set of videos in another playlist. All right. Annotations, we talked about, titles, speech bubbles. You can put them on the timeline on your video where they pop up a minute into it, then maybe stay up 10 seconds, or maybe you can drag them all the way through. You can add titles. You can add, you can even add your website URL to click through. You can put a subscribe button in the top right hand corner. If you want people to subscribe to your channel, they can click on it and subscribe there. So annotations is a really underutilized tool that a lot of people should start using on their videos, because they enhance them and they give them some, what we call, they don't look so stagnant, right? Custom banner at the top, one channel. The dimensions on that, 2120 by 1192. The reason it's set up that way, where you just can't upload a picture and it dismisses it, is because it's set up so it looks the same on your mobile, your TV, and your desktop, or your device, your pad. And so be aware that Google, when they changed it to the one channel a couple years ago, they gave everybody the same look. You don't see custom wallpapers in the background anymore. You have your channel at the top with your picture, and you can put a custom banner in there, and you want to take advantage of that. I see so many channels with great content, and yet there's this black screen banner at the top of the page. No branding whatsoever. You can link and embed. We mentioned that. You can do video branding on the actual video. By that, you could put a subscribe button, or you could put your logo on the top right. It's called in video line branding. It's a tool within the channel settings. And the cool thing is you can build subscribers. So you could be posting your full URL to your YouTube channel out to your social networks and ask people to subscribe. And generally the rule of thumb is that if somebody subscribes to your YouTube channel, you should, in common decency, just like you do on your social networks, go back and subscribe to theirs and collaborate with them. A lot of people that subscribe need to go back out and subscribe to other people's channels, because to me, YouTube is a social network. It's one of the largest social networks there is on the internet, and so you should be looking for other channels of content and things you like. Favor some of their, create a playlist of some of your favorite channels within your channel, and definitely build subscriptions on your channel. All right. You can associate a website, like I said, in YouTube under advanced settings. You can add the URL to your website. You can verify it through Google's verification process, and then it'll be associated with your YouTube channel. And while I'm talking about that, if you guys haven't done so, you can always go to Google Webmaster. Just type that in on your Google search. Google Webmaster will bring up a page. You can enter your website there, go through a verification process, and get your sites verified through Google Webmaster tools. It really helps, and you can put a site map there and everything. Really cool. All right. Google also has a music library. Hey, you want to keep from having copyright problems? Yes, you do. You don't want to be using "I can't drive 55" when you're showing a Corvette going down the road with a GoPro inside. Okay, the reason is because that's a copyright piece of music, and you will get slapped on the hand with a content ID notice. And there's a 3-strike rule. You're out, depending on how serious it is or how much of it you're using. That's determined by Google. But the bottom line is there's an audio library that you can download any music that's on that audio library, and as long as you put it back up on YouTube with their music, then it can be shared anywhere. So take advantage of the music library. All right, custom intros, 3-second custom intro. video could go at the front. Hey, this is Dirty Burke, and then the video starts, right? Whatever you want to do. You're allowed to upload custom intros on the front of those videos. Editing. There's an editing tool on YouTube. Be patient with it. I've tried it. I use offsite or offline editing because when you upload a video to YouTube and use their online editing, it will take a while for it to, it'll say, be patient, go away, take a hike, come back tomorrow. It takes a while, but you can actually trim and crop and stop shaky camera and all that kind of stuff in their editing tools. I don't use those much, and I'm not an expert on those, but I know some people that are. I try to keep the editing on some other nice. There's some really cheap editing programs out there you can use on your Mac or your PC or whatever. All right. Sharing the social sites. There's click buttons underneath each video. Look at each video on your YouTube channel as a standalone website, right? And under each video is the ability to share it, the ability to copy the URL, the ability to embed it, and you can click on the social networks that you're on, and it'll say log into your social network, and it'll post it right there for you. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. Now, there's a trick here. If you are embedding a video from YouTube to your website, you want to make sure before you copy the code, there's a little box under it says show more. Click the show more, go down and uncheck the box that says play related videos. You don't want your competition's videos to show up on your website when yours finishes. So make sure that before you copy the code, go down and uncheck the box, play related videos, and then that'll change the code. Then embed it into your site. And then when it's over, it's over. It won't show related plays. A lot of people call me all the time. Hey, man, my competition's showing up after my video plays on my website. Yes, there's a checkbox. You've got to go through it and read that. And you will miss it because I'm not saying Google hides it, but they would like you not to find it, okay, for obvious reasons. Gives them more traffic. All right, titles are really important on videos. Titles need to represent what the video is about. You don't want to spam the title. Google will slap you on the hand if you start spamming people with titles that have nothing to do with the video. But you can optimize those titles so that they do work and that they do set you up for good local search, right? Remember I say Google is hyperlocal search. Definitely hyperlocal search. When you type and say, well, I live in Round Rock, it's going to think that it thinks matches that query within the area I'm in. And so you want to make sure that your titles are optimized for your local area. For instance, I told you the example being show, and I want to be consistent. If you were to go to YouTube right now, go in the search bar and type auto repair Round Rock in YouTube, you're going to see a ton of Jerry Garage's auto repair, because we put a lot of auto repair Round Rock, Texas in the title. Brake job, auto repair Round Rock, Texas. You get it. How to fix a steering wheel column that's broken, auto repair Round Rock, Texas. All right. So make sure the titles match the content, but you can optimize those for search. You can now do live broadcasts like I'm doing tonight. If you have a Google Plus page, a YouTube channel, and you know how to use Hangouts on the air, which is what this is, you can actually sit in front of your desktop with earphones plugged in and do your own broadcast. This could be on video. I like the radio format just because it works easier for me to do the show this way. Google AdWords now is on YouTube. It's called TrueView. If you want to do a 30-second video, and this is where I recommend you do get a nice video done, like for instance from a green screen or a production company, because that 30-second video is going to be pushed out there in front of, it's called TrueView, and you can add it, do it through Google AdWords. And if you've ever gone to YouTube now, you'll even see some videos that have ad next to it, and that's what that product is. So Google's running AdWords, and it's called TrueView. Okay. All right. Analytics. You can look at your analytics right there on your Google YouTube channel. There's an analytic part of the menu, and you can see how your stats look. It even gets into, you know, gender, and it gets into how long people watched. And remember, watch time's your most important algorithm. And so if your watch time really far down, then those videos probably aren't going to rank as good as somebody else is getting watch time to a similar product or a similar query. So you want to make sure that those videos have the watch time. All right. So here's how I tell people to shoot their videos. This is just, these are some of the genres or areas that you can shoot your videos in, and we're going to get to those in a few minutes, and then we're going to wrap up here in the next 15 minutes with some final thoughts, and I want to go through how to brand your videos in your local market, but stay tuned. I want to thank Hey, I want to thank CPR Cell Phone Round Rock for being the exclusive sponsor for this year on the Tuesday night shows. We will be starting a series of Thursday night shows that's going to start. It will be interviewing coaches and things, and that's going to crank up here next month. And I'll have like 10 or 11 sponsors for that show. But CPR Cell Phone Repair is the exclusive sponsor for all Tuesday night shows for the rest of the year. They're located at La Frontier in Round Rock. And hey, iPhone, iPad, Samsungs, Samsung pads, cell phones that are cracked, cell phones that just break, push buttons where it won't turn off and on, battery problems, you dropped it in the toilet, you dropped it in the dog bowl. Hey, if you have a problem with your phone, go by and see these guys. Their website is cellphonerepair.com, cellphonerepair.com. They're located in La Frontera, right next to Jimmy John's and Hooters. So if you're driving around that section of that La Frontera on the west side of 35, you're going to be real close to CPR Cell Phone Repair. Go check them out. And Jeff Babcock and those guys will take care of you over there. Thanks, CPR Cell Phone Repair, for sponsorship on the show tonight. All right, I told you guys that. All right, so here's my recommendations. If you do shoot videos, make them short clips. Make them 1 to 2 minutes. In some cases, even shorter. If that 1 to 2 minutes ends up being rambling, then you want to stop and just get to the point. All right, but make them short, to the point. Get right into what you're trying. If somebody's searching for how to take the battery out of your car, please God, don't show them the nice tires in the trunk and the beautiful car. Just show the battery and say, here's how you take post A off, post B. Here's how you keep from getting shocked. Here's the right way to put the new battery in. Get right on it. Okay. Demos are great. Anything that you can put up how to with a how-to on it is one of the largest search genres on YouTube. So do a lot of demos. Educators should use YouTube. Now, there's lots of education sites out there that are platforms you can put video on that are geared toward education. I love that, and you should do that, but it wouldn't hurt to have them on YouTube either. And even if you have to make them unlisted or private, it's still a good platform to put them on, besides it's free, right? So education. Tips. Man, tips. 5 ways to build your YouTube channel is an example. 4-way, how does Hangouts on the Air help your business grow? You could do all sorts of tips and then put out short video clips for that, right? You can address your client and customer questions. As I said, beginning the show, one of the things you should do is sit down and figure out what are the top 5 questions that you get asked over and over and over and over again about your business, and address those in video. Make them short clips, but address them in video. Put them on the proper pages on your website, and have those out there in front of your potential clients looking at your website. Awesome thing to do. Activity engagement is real important. So once you start the ball rolling, just don't put a video on YouTube and wait for people to come find it. It's not going to happen. They might find you occasionally through search, but start sharing those out. Man, if you have videos and you're not sharing them, you're hurting yourself. And if you have to have help getting them optimized before you put them out, that's great. Do that. But start sharing them to your Facebook, your Twitter, your Google, your Google Plus, your Google My Business page. Get them shared to LinkedIn. You can put videos now on LinkedIn profile under each section of past jobs or what you're doing in the present, images, videos, right there. I mean, you want to be active and engaged, pushing your videos out to your social footprint, and then let your friends drive that back out to their social footprints. Pretty simple. Call to action. You always want a call to action. The great thing about video is it doesn't have to be a sales pitch at the end. It can just be a simple thing like, please visit my website or come visit our store, or call us if we can answer any more questions. Put some sort of call to action at the end of your video. You don't have to sell. If you want to sell something, that's great. But visit my website, call us, come see our store, tell us you saw us on YouTube. We love that. You get it? All right. Customer testimonials are awesome. If you've got customers and they're willing to get on camera, if you standing next to them, and they're telling you how great your service was in your store. We live in a reputation world today where it's real important. From Yelp and Google My Business and all the places you can post about people. Isn't it nice you could have some customer testimonials put up video on your website? Yes, customer testimonials. Build trust. Those videos are going to continue to build trust, and you want to make sure that they are authentic. I can always tell when a video is super scripted. If you have to practice it 15 times before you get on camera to where you're being yourself, then you need to do that. You don't want to be reading off something with your eyeballs, looking atop the camera. You want to make sure, because if you know more about your business than reading a script, right? You should be able to tell me about your business enthusiastically and authentically without having to look at the paper. Now, part of that's the camera fear we talked about earlier, so I get that. But you can practice it a few times and just get used to having the camera in front of you, all right? You can also go online and type in YouTube Playbook for Brands. I've got a link in this presentation. If you want to learn more about YouTube, Google has their own playbook for YouTube for brands. They don't fill in all the gaps, but I'll tell you what, it's great information, and I highly recommend you go download the PDF or go read the site. It's really cool. All right, so here's where you can share these videos to. Facebook personal business page, Twitter, LinkedIn, blog, newsletter, Google My Business, G+, Pinterest, and any social site that accepts links that you're on that you like to use, okay? I didn't name them all. I named the mainstays, but there's tons of places for you. Any place you can link, you can share. I used to tell people all the time, if you know how to link on the internet, you've learned the internet, because that's really what it is. And then here's some new trends that I read before I got on tonight. Facebook, 75% increase over last year's video uploaded at this time in January 2014. They're building their video platform. Twitter video platform, along with mine. I now can, if you have Twitter on your phone app, you can go to it right now, hit the camera in the bottom right hand corner, and then as soon as that comes up, you can see the video, hold down the record button, shoot a 6-second video, and instantly share it to your Twitter. Very cool. My point is that all the social network platforms are looking for a way to add video to the mix, because they know it generates a lot of time on the site, it generates a lower bounce rate, it keeps people engaged, and so a lot of traffic on the internet. I've seen predictions from 60% to 90% of the traffic on the internet will be video by the year, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's already a lot, and it's going to continue to grow. And the mobile devices, oh my, people are looking, will go straight to YouTube app and they'll start typing in searches for something. They might be in a store looking for what's the best price on a Dell, blah, 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 right? And they might be looking at one to see what other prices pop up to see if they're competitive, and they might go straight to a video. The bottom line is your business needs to be on YouTube. Whether it's one video or 6 videos or 10 videos, your business needs to be on YouTube. All right, guys. Want to thank you for listening tonight. Want to thank CPR for the sponsorship. We appreciate that, CPR. We thank you very much. And you guys are a great sponsor. Thank you for being on board. I covered a ton of information tonight. It'll be on archive, and you guys will be able to listen to this. And there's the clapping right there. And so come back and visit with us. We'll have our regular guest on next Tuesday night. I sit here and sidekick with somebody, and we dive into their business, and then I give them a custom player. If you live in the Austin area, and if you need help with consulting on YouTube, or if you even need videos, I have I have a video 6-pack and a video 3-pack, and I'll be happy to sit down with you one-to-one, and we'll figure out your target market and make sure that and talk to you a little bit and see how we can help you. So you guys, thanks for listening to the Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network. If you need to contact me, feel free to contact me. I'll put my email on the archive on my channel. So bookmark my channel or subscribe to it. And so when I get this uploaded, fully fine-tuned, it'll automatically let you know. Okay. So you guys have a great evening. Thank you, CPR Cell Phone Repair and Ron Rock, for your sponsorship. See you guys around the corner next Tuesday night. Good night, everybody.